Okay, let's unpack this. We are doing a deep dive today into a choice and maybe a frustration that affects basically everyone living in the Microsoft 365 world.
Planner versus loop.
Exactly. And our mission here is to really cut through the noise because from what we've seen, something like 90% of teams might be picking the wrong tool for what they actually do.
And that creates so much friction in your day-to-day work, which is the opposite of what these tools are supposed to do.
Right. And it's not a cost thing. Both are right there in your Microsoft 365 subscription.
The choice is all about function, all about intent. The sources we looked at really boil it down to one question. Do you need a tool for a structured, repeatable workflow?
Or do you need one for flexible, real-time collaboration? They're just built for two totally different jobs.
And that's the core distinction. That's where teams get tripped up.
So let's start with the structured side. Let's talk about Planner. You should really think of this as your lightweight task management engine.
Mm-hmm. It's designed specifically for those repeatable processes. It excels where you need that rigidity.
It gives you those classic Kanban boards, right? Your to-do, in progress, done buckets, very standard.
Yeah, but what really makes it essential for repeatable work is the visibility of the tracking. You get these, visible tags for statuses like blocked or needs review.
So management can see bottlenecks at a glance.
Exactly. It forces accountability because everything is right there on the board for everyone to see.
And here's the feature I think that just ends the debate for certain use cases. Copying tasks.
And not just the task title.
No, the whole thing, checklists and all. So if you've got, say, a content calendar approval process with 15 steps,
You build it once.
you build it once, hit copy, and that entire 30-step template is just ready to go again. You never have to rebuild the scaffolding.
Which is a huge time saver. Now let's contrast that with Loop.
A completely different beast.
Totally. Loop is, while it's a collaborative canvas, it's all about that free-flowing, real-time workspace.
It's for brainstorming, for getting ideas down fast. It's built for velocity, not really for governance.
Right. Its big strength is that real-time sync and what it calls portable components.
Oh, this is the killer feature.
Yeah.
You can take a table or a list, and it becomes this live block.
That you can paste into an Outlook email or a Teams chat, and when you update it in one place.
It updates everywhere, instantly. It's brilliant for meeting notes or project retrospectives.
It is. But what's so interesting is that the very thing that makes Loop powerful for ideas is its biggest weakness for process management.
And this is the trap.
This is the trap. You can create cards that look like planner tasks, but Loop can't reliably copy the checklists inside them when you duplicate a card.
Wait, hold on. So if I have that 25-step content review process, I have to manually rebuild all 25 checklist items every single time.
You've got it every single time. What looks simple becomes this massive hidden time sink.
Wow.
And on top of that, it doesn't have those visible tags or metrics that Planner has. So if you're trying to track a high-volume process in Loop, you're basically flying blind. It can't see the bottlenecks.
Okay, so wrapping this up, what does this all mean? The verdict isn't that one is better than the other.
Not at all. It's about matching the tool to the work you're actually doing. If you need governance, if you need accountability, if you need to reuse templates efficiently.
It has to be Planner. It's just not a debate.
But if you're all about rapid ideation, dynamic notes, and sharing live information across different apps, then Loop is going to feel like a superpower.
You just can't let the marketing or the new shiny feel of Loop trick you into using it for structured, repeatable work.
It will just create chaos.
So the key takeaway here is these tools are not interchangeable. Trying to force Planner on a creative brainstorming session will feel restrictive.
And trying to manage a standard, repeatable process in Loop will just burn out your team with needless manual work.
It really shows how important it is to investigate what these tools actually do for your specific use cases, not just, grabbing the one everyone's talking about.
So the final thought for you to take away is this. Take a hard look at the tools you use every day. Are they truly accelerating your work, or are they quietly, maybe unknowingly, forcing you into the wrong framework entirely?